celebrating the magic of March. TAC Communication Sports proudly presents the 79th Annual WIAA Boys State Basketball Championships. Live from the University of Wisconsin Fieldhouse in Madison. This WIAA Network Sports exclusive is brought to you statewide by Cenex Land O'Lakes and your local cooperatives, partners you can trust. The Dairy Farm Families of Wisconsin, proud of their commitment to provide wholesome, naturally delicious milk and dairy products. Marshfield Clinic, Wisconsin's most comprehensive healthcare system. The Rural Insurance Companies, providing Wisconsin families and businesses with a full line of insurance needs. And by the Wisconsin Technical College System, providing education for employment in today's high-tech world.
From the University of Wisconsin Fieldhouse in downtown Madison, Wisconsin. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to day 2 of the 79th Annual WIAA State Boys Basketball Tournament. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Mark Rappentine. Day 2 is semifinal day. 3 of our 4 divisions decide who will go to state on Saturday. And we start with a great one in the Division 4 semifinals. Number 1, Cassville Comets at 25-0, taking on number 2, the Randolph Rockets, 24-1. The Comets, of course, led by 6'7" junior Sam Oakey, the Player of the Year by the Associated Press today. After that game, it'll be Plum City Blue Devils, who were just 3-18 last year, taking on the Goodman Falcons. We'll take a break for lunch, come back for the Division II semifinals. The Baraboo Thunderbirds at 21-4. Last year's state runner-up taking on the Grafton Blackhawks. Following that, it's the Kimberly Papermakers, who have 4 losses, but 2 of them are to the Division I undefeated Fond du Lac Cardinals. They will play the River Falls Wildcats. Then a break for dinner, back at 7 o'clock. A pair of undefeateds in Division I semifinals. Those Cardinals taking on the Stevens Point Panthers. And then it's number 1 ranked Milwaukee King taking on Homestead. So a full slate of great semifinal action today on day 2 of the State Boys Tournament. To call the first game, Cassville and Randolph, we go across court to Chris Roth and Jerry Pettigrew.
Thanks very much, Mark, and good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Fieldhouse. Always a pleasure to be working alongside Jerry Pettigrew. And what a matchup to start the day, Jerry. Number 1, Cassville. Number 2, Randolph. They come in with only 1 loss. That was Division III finalist Marcus Sand beat them. But when you talk about Cassville in the comments, you got to talk about Sam Oakey, the Player of the Year.
Yeah, what can you say about Sam Oakey that hasn't already been said? As you mentioned, he's the Player of the Year. Some are saying that he might be one of the best players, high school players, ever to come out of the state of Wisconsin. He's only a junior. But I think the one thing that's overlooked on Cassville, they have a very balanced team. Chad Enfield has been here for 4 years. And he's sort of the quarterback of that basketball team, and they have a very balanced attack. So they're more than Sam Oakey, but they're a very, very good basketball team. And Randolph, led by Mike Grieger, that's an excellent, excellent basketball team. This is going to be a great game.
Matt Grieger is the one that we will know the name of after this game, according to his coach, Bob Heffley. We will come back and meet all the Comets and the Rockets, but first, let's go back to Mark Rappentine.
Thank you, Chris. We'll look forward to the play-by-play. We'll take a break now. It's time for hear from our network sponsors, the Marshfield Clinic, the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board, and Rural Insurance. Good morning, everybody. This is your WIAA network station.
A passion for learning. Excellence in education. Pride in sharing the rewards of accomplishment. That's why we established the Marshfield Clinic Science Award, presented to the students and teachers of each championship school. Winning at life is how you play the game.
Hey, Boopy.
Baldy.
Got milk? We're looking for a few good drivers. So if you're accepted by rural, it's no accident.
Welcome back to the Fieldhouse, everybody. Buckle up. Day 2 of the 79th Annual Boys Tournament coming your way. Time now to meet the Comets and the Rockets. To do that, here's Jack Rain.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the 79th Annual WIAA State Boys Basketball Tournament. Here are the starting lineups for this morning's first Division IV semifinal. For the Randolf Rockets, at forward, a 6'2" senior, number 34, Mike Grieger. For the Comets of Cassville, at forward, a 6-foot senior, number 22, Justin Dean. For Randolph, a 5'11" senior, number 42, Joe DeYoung. For Cassville, a 6-foot junior, number 44, Scott Uppena. In the middle, for Randolph, a 6'2" senior, number 44, Keith Miedema. For Cassville at center, a 6'7" junior, number 55, Sam Oakey. The guard for Randolph, a 5'7" senior, number 20, Jeremy Vandergallion. At guard for Cassville, a 5'11" senior, number 24, Corey Seltzer. For Randolph, a 5'11" sophomore, 24, Matt Sion. For Cassville, a 5'9" senior, number 30, Chet Field. The Randolph Rockets are coached by Bob Heffley. The Cassville Comets are coached by Dennis Uppena.
And your officials for this Division IV semifinal are Jeff Crisp and Jack Moore. They are from New Richmond. Now, where are these two teams from? Let's take a look at our Division IV. Take the Great River Road right down to Mississippi. You'll find Cassville. Randolph, a little northeast of Madison. They are the champions of the Dual County Conference. They went 16-0, and as we mentioned, their only loss, Jerry Pettigrew, was to Marcus Sand, and that's okay. Marcus Sand, Division III the tournament.
Yes, I think a key to look for early in the basketball game, Chris, is the tempo. I think Cassville would rather have a half-court tempo. Looking into Sam Oakey. Every once in a while, Cassville will try to get out on a break. Oakey gets so many rebounds. They like that, what they call the picker, the cherry. On the other hand, you're going to look for a full-court pressure from Randolph, an up-tempo basketball game.
And no surprise, Oakey wins the tip. From the Rockets, a lot of three-point shots.
Yes, you can.
Inside they go to Oakey. He's a good passer out of the team, and their infield hits it.
We've got this Enfield kid. He's been playing for 4 years, and he's about a 29% shooter from the three-point line, but he never hesitated on that one.
The Comets are making their 4th consecutive trip down here to the field house. Chad Infield has been a starter all 4 of those years, and the first trip in 8th grade. So this is a solid program by Dennis Uppena. Oakey, a man among boys down there.
And that was a left-handed dunk.
Drop, step, and deposit in the account of Mr. Oakey.
A flex, or what they call a swing offense. Be very patient, look for the shot.
The first 3 by Matt Sion is off the lot on picks and screens to get their three-point shooters wide open.
That's for sure. And you're going to see full court pressure now by Randolph. They will do.
Oakey, you just throw it up there and he'll help you break the pressure. This is infield, spinning on the dribble. Oakey, the best. That is true. He missed it there, but he is the best percentage three-point shooter.
I think that Randolph would like to see him take those shots out there, three-point shots.
Absolutely. Now this is Jeremy Vandergallion trying to get a pick from Sion. Bounds by infield, and Sion's kind of grabbing his gut a little bit. A solid pick there.
Coach Heffley would like to look for Grieger as much as possible.
This is Keith Miedema. to Science. Rebound, Oki had it, was going to throw it, and then he lost it, and so the Rockets will hang on to the ball. Matt Science triggering the inbound. In it comes to Grieger again. And a 2 by Miedema.
His hands outstretched on that particular one, so that was a very nice shot by Miedema.
Down the lane comes Oki. Offensive foul.
That is something that Coach Uppena didn't want to see happen early, is to get Sam Oki in foul trouble, and left hand come right down, and Grieger was there. He had established position, and it was an offensive foul.
Heady play by Mike Grieger. Jeremy Vandergelyen to Keith Miedema. Working on Oki, and Oki steals it. 4.5 steals a game. Now he gets free. Skips it over. Scott up and a hack. You know, Scott in the finals down here, semifinals and finals last year, came off the bench with 9 straight field goals over those 2 games. And I was talking to Dennis the other night, and he goes, they never put his name in the box score. He's got this great shooting streak. That's got to hurt a little bit. Work all year to get down here. You score a bunch of points, and they don't put you in the box score.
Sam Oki has such huge hands. One hand,
and there he was able to pump and draw the foul, so he'll go to the free throw line, and if there is a weak link in it, because he'll go to the line quite a bit.
That's right. I think on the replay here, you're going to see Oki make a nice move into the middle. But as you mentioned, free throw wise, Sam is shooting 57%, and
as we mentioned, the reason being, as big as he is, he's going to get to the free throw line numerous times during a game. Storm, but a little strong, so it's a 4-point Comet lead, and quickly up court is Grieger. Rechecked it by Sammy.
Six many times that don't show up in the box score, but Cassville bringing it down quick. Grieger taking it to the basket, but there's Oki.
Shying away from the basket, though.
No, this is an excellent basketball program.
Grieger loads up a 3 this time. Oki tips it so he can contest. Grieger quickly to rebound and threw it to the ref, who wasn't about to run the outlet.
And that's what we were talking about many times. And then boom, down the floor. That time Justin Dean just blew an easy layup.
So infield triggers to Scott Uppena. Justin Dean out top. Sauser looking for Oki. Turns in the side. The help came from the top. Matt Science.
We're not going to do anything special for Sam Oki. They were going to front him and get a lot of weak side help and help from.
Well, Jason Zulke comes in. Oh, they leave Sam for a 3. In and out. Rebound Grieger. Quickly, we see 2 turnovers by the Rockets, and for a team that scrambles the floor, runs up and down, Coach Bob Hafley's team does not turn the ball over a lot.
No, they're a game that they play.
Oki to Sauser. Sauser splits defenders, couldn't get it. And boy,
Mike Grieger is a quick jumper.
He's averaging 6 rebounds a game. He's got 4 in the first quarter, and we're just the foul. Science will go to the free throw line, and the foul is going to be on Justin Dean, I believe.
Flex cut. Justin Dean will get him on the way up.
So Science at 78%. And nothing but net.
Only a sophomore, but Coach Heffley tells me that he's the glue of this basketball team. He's the floor leader.
Style, they really didn't have the point guard to run this kind of offense. And Coach Heffley says this is the guy they needed, a point guard. So checking in during that break there was Steve Alsom, a sophomore guard at 6'1". They get it to Oki to break the pressure. And out.
Cassville likes to run what they call a swing offense. A lot of people in our area run that because of Bo Ryan, and they run it up at Platteville College.
Infield. He looks a little bit bigger this year.
Excellent football player, and we're talking about a Cassville team that took second
on this basketball. 8 players on this team played on that football team. Chad, the quarterback. Little jump hook by Grieger, so he's finally on the. Using Oki to break that pressure right at about the half court.
One thing that Randolph's making do, Cassville half.
Keeping them out of their offense a little bit. Up and a shot, no good. Oki can't control it. Science grabs the loose ball, and up court the push. Here comes tied at 8.
This is the type of tempo that Coach Heffley wanted to see.
Oh, nice pass. First turnover for the Comets, and we'll take a timeout. And our 1994 Boys Basketball Championship coverage. This is your WIAA network station.
Country's part of us. You and me and Cimex, Land O'Lakes.
Well, it took the Rockets a few minutes to get off the launching pad, but they got it going now.
Yeah, tempo game and really make Cassville work. Like you say, Chris, I think they were a little nervous to start out, but now they seem to be in the mold.
Starting to settle in now. Nice pass to Grieger. Turns Okoff. So the Rockets ranked number 2 in their royal blue and white. The Cassville Comets number 1 all season in white with just under 2.5 to go in the opening quarter. First of 6 games coming your way today here along the WIAA network. Oh, excuse me. Right over Okie.
Yes, he gets nice extension off his shot.
First lead for the Rockets. And here comes the weak side help. Nice pass. Okie to Sauser. Gets it up and scores. Corey Sauser.
One cross court for the open man that time he saw Sauser.
Grieger over Okie. Couldn't get it. And infield coming for the Comets. Kicks it out to Justin Dean. This is up and up. Over 3, spinning, knocks over Science on his way to the bucket.
And they had
And Science lost it. He says it was knocked away. But the ref says nope. Josh Austin, a 6'3" sophomore, and of the guys that see time majority of minutes for the Rockets, he's the tallest at 6'3".
And so they're a relatively young basketball team.
Good patience by Okie. Gives it up to infield. A hold on Okie. First foul for him, 4th on the Rockets. The other day, we asked him, 1 versus 2 right out of the gate in the semifinals. Would you rather wait and play him and hopefully get through and meet him? And all the kids are confident. They want to play number 1 while they're fresh. They're looking forward to it.
No, I don't think that they've been awed in this particular basket.
Been under to score. He's got 7. It's a 4-point Comets lead under a minute in the opening quarter.
On defense.
Here comes Austin, rejected by Okie. Check that. That was Zulke going to the basket. Yeah.
And once again, you're going to see Okie come from the other side of the floor to block this shot.
Boy, he's imposing. Infield, that picks up the short shot by Alsum.
Cassville's going to spread the floor a little bit now.
Are they working for 1? With 20 seconds left in the first quarter. Almost a 5-second call on Justin Dean.
At about 8 seconds, you're going to see Enfield go for it.
Oh, picked off beautifully by Joe DeYoung. He's got to beat Sauser to the basket. He missed it, but tipped up and in by Zulke. Corner nicely done. Jason Zulke trimming the Comets lead to 2. We'll be back after a word from our local station, a network station.
Arizona, average high temperature 106 degrees.
Anybody with money or sense, leaves town for the summer.
Hey, we got a name for those people who don't have air conditioning.
Comfort Maker. Now that's a good air conditioner.
In Dodgeville, contact Hometown Heating and Air Conditioning. In Monroe, see Connor Plumbing and Heating. In Company, or call Heating and Cooling Inc. in Madison.
When you want high-quality home comfort, ask for it by name. Comfort Maker.
Now, till March 19th, every boat, motor, and trailer is pre-season sale price at Lakeland Sports Center, including this 15-foot deep live well and rod storage. It comes complete with 40-horse motor, 1,600-pound drive-on trailer, motor guide trolling motor, and Lowrance fish locator. Now just $55 or $104 per month. Plus, when you buy factory direct at Lakeland, you never pay extra for freight or setup. Hurry in, sale ends March 19th.
At Leanbush, Madison, Green Bay.
Welcome back to the field house. A great first quarter between the Rockets, and this is how it ended.
You see the steal by DeYoung. Takes it in. He's going to miss the layup, but the great follow-up by Zoltan and a big momentum builder for Randolph.
There's the field goal shooting, inside points. Pretty easy considering you got Oki there, and now the foul is going to be on 32, Tim Ackerman. The twin tandem of Tim and Todd Ackerman are in 6'2" sophomores, and their stats read just like their physical statistics, both averaging 6 points a game. Tim a little bit to 55%, and about even on the free throw line. Good-looking couple of sophomores. They just need to gain a little weight, says their coach.
They've done a very, very nice job for Cassville.
And a foul is on Todd Ackerman. So quickly, the Ackermans, like one, goes the other. One gets a foul, the other picks up his first foul. And Grieger and Science coming back in for the Rockets. The WIAA state tournament brought by the Wisconsin Technical College System, with over 300 career programs at 16 colleges throughout Wisconsin. Miedema holding out top. Comets and a man-to-man. Grieger around Tim Ackerman, sealed off by Oki. Pass knocked out of bounds. It'll go to the Comets. Turnover number 3 on the Rockets.
Both teams have displayed great patience on their offensive half-court offense.
Lob for Oki.
That was a set play coming out of the quarter, and just a beautiful pass by Ackerman to Oki, and obviously he finished it off.
Oh, beautifully answered, though, by Steve Alstom with the 3 ball. 42% from up there on the year, and a travel on John Copeman. So the Rockets not fazed at all by the dunk from Oki.
As you said, they answered it big time with that three-point shot.
This is going to be exciting. But he has been. Steal by Oki. Let's see him put it on the floor. Spinning, shooting, scoring.
There was a great decision made by Sam Oki that time. He could have went straight in and had the chance for a charge. Instead, he made the spin move. Easy basket.
Answered by Miedema. 3 for 3 for Keith Miedema, the 6'2 senior. Shooting lights out. 18-17. Infield, inside, Oki working on Miedema. Jump hook, soft touch.
What can you say? That was just a beautiful. He held him off with the left arm and brought it back with the right hand, the soft hook.
Oh, pass stolen by the Comets. Miedema wasn't going anywhere. Pass easily taken away by Copeman. In fact, it was right to him. Tim Ackerman, his interior pass stolen by Grieger, saved by Grieger. Now Science is going to need some help. He gets it. Rockets coming across, trailing by 3. Grieger loads up a 3 ball, his first. We're tied at 20.
This Grieger is an outstanding basketball player. Such a quick jumper and gets his shot off so quick.
Oh, nice steal. Here comes Jerry. Zulke picked it off, nearly saved it. I thought, Jerry, you were going to have an open dunk.
Well,
open pass to the basket.
That's right. It's a great hands.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if the cord to your headphones will be long enough here to make it to the basket. You may have to launch a 3. Well, Scott up and coming back in. Comets working against pressure to Oki, quickly back to infield. Infield drives, and he's fouled. Boy, he went there in a hurry. That was on Jeremy Vandergallen. That's 2 on Jeremy.
This particular one, you're going to see the quick move to the baseline, very quick first step. Vandergallen just got there a little bit late and picked up the blocking foul.
I'm surprised that that's really the first time we've seen infield penetrate, take to the basket. He's very good at that.
I think you're probably going to see a little bit more of that as the game progresses.
Well, infield only a 58% free throw shooter. In fact, almost the entire team below 60% of the guys that are in the regular rotation, except for the coach's son.
Yes. As a team, Cassville's only shooting 54% from the free throw line, so that's something that could be a problem for him in a close ball game.
1 out of 2 for infield, and Science. Awesome inside, and coming from behind to pick up the foul, Corey Sauser.
What's been impressive about Randolph is even though they don't really have that typical post man, they post up a lot of smaller kids, and they do a good job with their post moves in the paint. Look for Grieger to get the basketball.
Well, this is Science. Here comes Grieger off a pick. Couldn't quite hold on to the ball. Now the floor is scrambled. Here goes Miedema. 4 out of 4 from the field. And the Rockets seesaw back on top by 1. Down the lane. You were right, Coach. We're seeing more of it. And the foul as infield took it to the basket. That might be on Grieger. It is, and that's 2 on him.
Number 34, Mike Grieger.
See if he stays in. He will. It's Joe DeYoung returning to the lineup for Jason Zulke.
The one thing that we haven't mentioned, Chris, is both these teams are excellent passing teams, and I've been very impressed with the way Randolph passes in the interior. They just had some outstanding passes inside into the paint. Well, we're talking about a Cassville team, been here for 4 straight years. Over the last 4 years, Dennis Uppena has compiled a 92-14 record.
He's got a great program working. He gives a lot of credit to his grade school coaches as the shot goes in by DeYoung to put the Rockets back on top. Getting back to those elementary programs, he credits the coaches down there. They really teach the kids the solid fundamentals, especially how to play that man-to-man defense, which he likes.
Yes.
They also teach them how to learn to be quiet, confident winners. I think that's important. They go about their business. They know what they're out there to do, and it's worked very well for Dennis Uppena in his 9th year now at the Comets. Also his assistant, Randy Hatlin, who does a lot of work with Sam Oki and their post players, and also developed the weight program that has helped all these players out. Helps in football and certainly in basketball, and a turnover by the Comets. So Bob Hafley's Rockets coming back, trying to extend a 1-point lead.
One thing to notice on the Randolph offense, they usually started off with the down pick.
Oh, stolen away by Sauser. Sauser's got a breakaway if he can control it.
Corey Sauser that time anticipated so well, got into the passing lane, took it all away for the easy hoop.
4 points for Corey, also a member of that runner-up football team, and a 3-year starter, so he's no stranger here to the field house. Randolph is making their 3rd trip. They were here in '88. They lost to Southwestern by 1 in the semifinals, or eventual runner-up Southwestern. In '89, they lost to eventual champion Florence by 1.
Cassville's turning up the pressure a little bit now, and just for one of the first times, Randolph seems to be having a little bit of trouble getting into their half-court set.
That man seems to be pushing them out a little bit.
That's right. They're overplaying, Cassville's overplaying the passing lane right now, and they're doing a pretty good job.
There's that fundamental man-to-man defense we were just talking about, and the Comet crowd loves it.
What you might watch for Randolph now with so much pressure is what we call the back door.
Nearly taken away. Grieger, and they forgot about Miedema. That could be dangerous, but he misses his first shot. Oh, nice move by infield to get himself free, but the shot short. DeYoung the rebound. Oki hasn't touched the ball in quite some time.
No,
and
I
the
think
offense really has to run through him.
Right. I think that's one of those things where you almost have to say that you want him to touch the ball at least one time.
Oh, yeah.
Every time down the floor.
That's almost a no-brainer. And a foul on infield as Steve Alsum took it hard to the basket.
You're going to see Alsum make the nice drop step to the basket and get fouled by Chad Enfield.
Josh Austin and Jason Zulke coming back in. And Alsum, a 63% free throw shooter. Really played well in these sectionals. 25 points in both games, including 12 in the final. He averages 8.2. Randolph, you know, they knocked off 3 ranked teams in the postseason, beating 9th-ranked Oakfield, beating 8th-ranked Kohler, beating 6th-ranked New Glarus in the sectional final. In that Oakfield game, they made, you'll love this, coaches like this stuff, 16 out of 19 free throws in the 4th quarter to seal it, including 15 straight.
That's unbelievable.
Ice water in them veins.
This is a good shooting basketball team.
We're tied at 25, and if it comes down to free throws at the end, the edge would certainly go to the Rockets. Up and a rejected by Zulke.
Excellent coaching move by Coach Heffley that time. They went for the first time, they went to a 2-3 zone, and they got the big turn.
Comets in there man-to-man. Grieger with up and on him. That was a kind of a wild, not sure what that was. That was a tip pass, looked like, off the backboard.
I'm sure it wasn't something that they wanted, but
there's Sam, and immediately he is fouled, and if that's on Grieger, who was down there, that's 3. But it's not, it's on Josh Austin, and that's 2 for Josh. So this is the first time Sam had touched the ball in a while.
Yes, and he's got a lot of blue shirts around him, but he takes it. What's so very good about Oki is that first step, and he can go either way. Usually on a post guy, you can play him strong one way because most kids usually just go one way. Not Oki. He can go both ways, and he can shoot it with either hand, as we witnessed earlier by the left-handed dunk.
Yeah, I remember last year, and Jerry, you and I did the final game, which was such a tremendous shootout between Sam Oki and Anthony Pieper, now playing at Marquette, and the state's all-time leading scorer from Wasaki. And those two guys, that was like 2 gunslingers. Yes. It was tremendous. 42 points for Pieper, 33 for Oki, and he put some drop steps from either side of the basket that was just amazing. And I'll tell you, the shooting for the Rockets, equally impressive today. Also 7 points off the bench now, and the Rockets with a 1-point lead.
Only a sophomore. Now you're going to see Cassville spread the floor again. Last time they did this, obviously they got their pockets picked, and it went the other way. But usually what they like to do is to take it down to about 10 seconds and then run their regular offense and probably get the ball into Oki's hands or possibly a drive from infield.
Well, infield really needs to penetrate in this situation, draw some defense, offensive foul on Justin Dean, so we won't see either.
And that was probably something that Coach Uppena did not want to happen at that particular time, because now you're looking at a Randolph team that I'm sure wants to take the last shot and go in with the lead at halftime.
The Rockets are 6 out of 7 from the field in this quarter. 6 for 7. I'm surprised there's a net left on that rim. They're just burning it up.
They're going to spread the floor, and I've got to believe you're going to see Grieger get the basketball.
Nope. Almost rolling in for Alsum, and wow, a foul on 40. That's Jason Zulke. So in the bonus, the Comets will get a crack with Sam Oki walking down to the line. If he knocks in both, he could send his Comets to the locker room with a 1-point lead. There's 2.2 left. Hokie with 15 points. And Don Kerr, 5 for 6 at the line, 3 for 4? 3 for 4 at the line. Crack statistician Don Kerr. Today he's got the green jacket on. Go figure. Yesterday he doesn't wear it. St. Patrick's Day. Today he's got the green jacket on. First free throw for Sam is good, so tied it at 28. Don, today's the 18th. Okay. You're so good with numbers. Oh, he's a Scotsman, he tells me. Well, that takes care of that now, doesn't it? And that takes care of the tie. The Comets in front by 1. Sion 3 on the rim. And we'll go to the break. Number 1 leading number 2 by 1. It's a good one. Stick around. Mark Graffentine coming along next, and we'll be back with highlights and stats after a word from our statewide sponsors, Marshfield Clinic and the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board. Mark's unhappy with me. This is your WIAA network station.
And now let's make that random call with today's $10,000 question. Who shot Alexander Hamilton in that famous duel? Hello, for $10,000. Excuse me? Oh, I'm sorry. Your time is up.
Got milk?
I think we probably have more rheumatologists in one place than any place else in the state. I think the more rheumatologists who work together and put their heads together to help patients, we tend to get new ideas. Why don't we bring in this kind of a person to help? Why don't we get more staff involvement from this point of view? So in that sense, the more rheumatologists you have, the more ideas, the better program you really provide for patients. Patient care is number 1 here. Always has been.
Give your bathroom a new look with help from Menards. Artesian toilets, whirlpools, sinks, and tub surrounds are on sale now. Choose a white pedestal lab or white tub surround for just $97. General marble vanities and toilet toppers will add a warm, traditional look to your bath. Choose from many styles and sizes. This oak vanity is only $97. Discover brand name quality and low prices at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Cassville and Randolf locked up in a great battle in our first Division IV semifinal. Chris Roth and Jerry Pettigrew from Cuba City back with you here at the half. And very impressive display by the Rockets, who have not been awed. Sam has thrown down some dunks, but they are playing their game, and they're playing very well.
Yes, they've been very patient on offense, and they've done a good job off the boards. And one kid that's really impressed me is Miedema for Randolph, because he sort of fades on that jump shot, which is what you need to do against Sam Okie, because he's up in your face so much. But yet at the same time, here is Okie hitting the 2 free throws at the end. And for the first time, it looked like Cassville might be behind at halftime, but they're not, and this is the whale of a basketball game.
The Rockets shooting lights out in the second quarter. We'll tell you all about that when we come back for highlights and statistics, but now let's send it across the court to my good friend, Mark Graffentine.
Thanks, Ken Syke. Oh, no, Chris Roth, thank you very much. You know, it's fitting that the Cassville Pom-Pom squad is working out behind us. You know, they don't get as much attention as the athletes on the courts or the mats, but a school spirit squad can instill just as much pride for a team. And during the state individual wrestling tournament, we turn our cameras on the pom-pom and cheerleaders of some high school schools.
Routine. They work on it probably 3 weeks, close to a month. The girls make up all their own routines, and then they practice them and perfect them. We videotape individually to help out with mistakes or things that they're not doing right.
We want to be good at what we do, so we take time, you know, like Sarah said, locker decks, practice everything. You know, we often put in extra hours past our practice time just so we can be here and, you know, just so we can stand out and stuff.
sometimes people that don't understand don't give us the recognition maybe that we deserve, but I think that we work just as hard. I have to say we spend just as much time at practice. We all spend the same amount of hours, and we do a lot at practice. We do represent our school. We're out on the mat. People do see us. It's very important that you show, not only your school spirit, but also that you can get along with other people.
And I think it's really important that you know what the sport that you're cheering for and what it's about, and, just little things about it, just to get a common knowledge about it, just so you know what's going on. Today and yesterday we've had parents, one of the wrestlers' parents, come on girls, I know you can pull them through, and for sectionals and stuff, it's really important. The parents really like it because we're out there encouraging them, their children, and it in a sense, it helps them. I know they may not hear us as much, but deep down, I think they really appreciate us being out there.
They have to make sure that they're doing the right cheers because things change so much faster than like in basketball. You can really tell what's going on. They need to know their sport very well, and they take quizzes in the beginning of the year. And I quiz them and make sure they know what's going on so they're not doing reverse when they're supposed to be doing takedown or things like that. So they need to know what's going on in order to be a good squad.
A lot of people think it's easy to just go out there and perform and look like that when it isn't at all. There are nights when they do that routine 5 times and it's fast. They're kicking, it's aerobics. I mean, they're doing everything.
We really work together. We all work hard together, and we all are really good friends, and we feel good about it, and we feel good about having practice together, and we just have fun with all of our routines. It's not work, it's fun.
Throughout the years, it became such a dedicated sport, and all the fans were so it's such a togetherness, and it's like one big family, and it's really great.
I think whenever you put the amount of time that we put in, it's with any sport, and it is a sport, you're always going to have the satisfaction and the gratification that the time you put in, you're getting back with the wins and coming here today to perform.
Cheerleaders and pon-pon squads just as much a part of the state high school tournament scene as all the athletes you see on the court. Sam Oakey's heading toward a 30-point game, it seems, for the Cassville Comets, but will it be enough? Randolph holding tough, only a 1-point game here at halftime. Let's go back across court to Chris and Jerry.
All right, thanks very much, Mark. Sam Oakey is having a great first half. He practically has a highlight reel all of his own, so let's take a look at the first half, and it starts off with Sam, who started the game off in impressive fashion.
He brings it back. We're going to see the dunk with the left hand. Now we see the alley-oop. Beautiful pass, and that came out of a timeout. Here's the block. He comes the other way. And like you say, that was a highlight reel.
And the weak side, he come to erase it. But you would think that would alter the shooting percentage for the Rockets, but not a bit. Steve Alsop, 2 for 3 from three-point land.
And they shot 50% the first half.
And then Joe DeYoung skips out and nails the baseline jumper, and we are at 29-28 Cassville here at the break. And look at the shooting percentage, especially for the Rockets, as you mentioned, 50%, but some other numbers jump out at you a little bit surprising.
I think the rebounds are somewhat surprising. Randolph, not a big basketball team, but they're out rebounding Cassville 12-8. And I think maybe the most important statistic there, second chance points. 6 for Randolph, 0 for Cassville. That indicates, Chris, that Randolph's going to the offensive boards fairly strong.
Leading scorers, Oakey was 17 points, 3 rebounds. Infield, 8 points, 3 rebounds. Miedema hit his first 4 shots. Keith Miedema for the Rockets has 8 points. Alsop with 7. What we also noticed there back at the stats, the Rockets have 8 turnovers. That's what they average per game. So the Comets defense, while they're giving up good field goal shooting, they're also forcing some turnovers, and the Rockets a little bit careless with the ball, more so than they're used to anyway.
I thought near the end of the second quarter, Cassville turned up the intensity on defense, and I thought it worked for a little while, but got to give Randolph a lot of credit. They really hung in there.
All right, we'll be back for third quarter after this word from our local stations. Don't go away. This is your WIAA network station.
Farm and Fleet features a great selection of rugged American-made Work & Sport workwear. Work & Sport denim jeans are $11.99. Denim dungarees and pre-washed jeans are your choice at $12.99. Work & Sport chambray and denim western work shirts are on sale too. Farm and Fleet has heavyweight denim overalls for $21.99. Work & Sport unlined duck overalls are $28.99. Save $5 on all Work & Sport American-made leather work shoes and boots in stock. Work & Sport, quality you can count on. Available only at Farm and Fleet.
To get ahead, you need a plan. To stay ahead, you need a plan. To win, you need a plan. Now you can win at Middleton Ford with a plan lease on the #1 selling car, the Middleton Ford Taurus. The Show, LX, or GL, with over 30 to choose from, starting at $172 a month. That's right, a new Ford Taurus for only $172 a month. Call for an appointment at 1-800-798-7725. Or come into Middleton Ford, your Westside Madison Metro Ford dealer.
Welcome back to the field house. The Comets leading the Rockets 29-28, and in that group of people there, you may have caught a glimpse of the gentleman in the wheelchair, and
that's Hugh Roberts. And
there he is. There's a good shot of him.
Hugh is sort of the gruel of basketball in Randolph. He runs all the youth programs. He was in a very serious automobile accident, and I know when the Randolph kids came out of the locker room, they all touched Hugh, and he's done a lot for basketball in Randolph, and we wish him a very speedy recovery. He's well on his way.
Hugh also responsible, we were told by the principal, for the uniforms that the Rockets are wearing. So we wish Hugh the best in his recovery, and nice to see him here at the field house. Got his Randolph sweatshirt on. He's rooting pretty hard.
And his son is the assistant coach.
The assistant coach for the Rockets.
So important in the second half to get off to a good start, especially in a game where there's a lot of tension and what have you. So whoever can get that first one to go down, it's kind of important.
Oh, and a foul from the weak side as they tried the interior pass to Oki, and it's either going to be on Niedema or Joe DeYoung, and it is on DeYoung. That's his first.
Usually Cassville likes infield to take the ball out of bounds. He'll go into the corner, but most of the time Randolph's been covering that pass from him into the corner.
Well, that one was easily read by Mike Grieger, and here he comes on the break. Takes it right at Justin Dean, and the great eraser takes care of that. Up and up to Oki. Infield left wide open. Three coming. Short. Up and on the offensive rebound. What was that by Sam Oki? I'm not really sure, but he leaves it for Sauser, whose three is short. Another offensive rebound, and Justin Dean just takes it right back out. And the Comet fans have been pretty quiet. Get up on their feet. Oki the miss. Oh, he just tipped it right back to himself. So 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 cracks at the basket there.
That's right. They went strong to the offensive boards, and Randolph did a nice job at defensing Sam Oki, but he got the putback, and that was the difference.
Sure what that little gesture was to the Rockets. Little Jeremy Vandergallion was staring up at Oki, who kind of showed him the ball, and now the foul on Oki. 2 fouls on Sam Oki, who got the block but got the body as well. So Matt Sion's not shy.
No, he takes it right in among the trees, and Oki's behind him this particular time, and the sophomore did a good job of body control and holding the ball out and drawing the foul on Sam Oki.
Used his body to protect the ball and draw the foul. Oki's long arms got the ball, but he had to go through the body to get it. Sion's at 78% from the free throw line and 100% today. And you send the Rockets to the line, and it will cost you.
They're a good shooting team and a good free throw shooting team. Once again, they're starting out in that what he calls a scramble press.
Justin Dean, infield. Oki coming out. Thinks about the three. He'll try it. Short. And nice rebound by Grieger. Grieger been quiet offensively, but doing a good job on the glass.
Well, we talked about earlier, Chris, I think that Randolph likes to see Oki take that three.
Grieger over Oki. He's worked at his three-point shooting, but I would think he's had his way in the post. He just leave him down there.
That's right.
He'll need that outside shot for the next level, but his team needs him down low. Here it comes. Triple team and weak side help from Jody Young, and quickly he's got 2 fouls here in the third quarter.
When you're trying to feed a big man in the post, probably your best place to feed the man is right there at the top of the elbow and then in. But look at all the blue shirts around Sam Oki, and they're the reach for the foul.
And the Rockets burn a timeout, so we'll take care of some business from our statewide sponsors. You'll hear from the Rural Insurance and the Wisconsin Technical College System. This is your WIAA network station.
My husband Mark and I planned on a lot of things. A nice house, sending our son to college, and a comfortable retirement. We didn't plan on his early death. Mark made a lot of promises.
Don't worry, Mom, I'll study hard.
And you know, he kept those promises.
Protect your family's dreams. See a rural security agent about life insurance. Our most important policy is caring.
Which college education will prepare you for 2 out of 3 of the fastest growing new careers? Which 16 colleges offer over 300 specialties? And which college student credentials are so good that 90% land jobs soon after graduation? The answer is technical. The Wisconsin Technical College System. Education with a higher degree of value. Call this number to find out more.
Welcome back to the field house. Third quarter early on, Cassville, they had a 1-point lead at halftime, and that's where we are. Dennis Uppina, his 4th year in a row coming down to the field house. They've walked away with 2 silver balls the last 2 years, losing to Spring Valley and Wasaukie in the finals. This year they want gold. Dean loses it on the way up, and a foul on Uppina as he tried to pick off the loose ball. First foul on Scott Uppina.
Once again, Randolph is hanging tough, and they're staying in there, and they want to keep this game as close as possible and have a chance to win it near the end.
Young. Vandergallion. Now Science working on Sauser. Kind of quiet in here. Miedema takes it right at Oki. Short rebound Oki. Looked for that long trigger, but couldn't pull it.
It wasn't there.
Uppina, Justin Dean, Oki out on the arc. Uppina pulls up in the paint, missed the shot, tipped around, and the foul is on Corey Sauser. So 2 fouls on Sauser, and has not been a real good start for either team. And we'll get a look there. And there you see right in the middle is Sam Oki's dad, and his mom right to the right.
Yes.
You've gotten to know him a little bit.
Yeah, she's right behind. Yeah, they're great people, and they follow Sam everywhere that he goes as far as watching him play.
And they've had a pretty full mailbox the last couple of years. Oki, well, he nearly got the dunk, but it was a little far out. But kept alive by infield, and Justin Dean lays it in. Oki went down hard and made a super move. Now Grieger going baseline, missed the shot.
The good thing he didn't hurt himself on that one, because he came down very, very hard.
The Rocket defender didn't catch the number, came flying by, and that threw him off balance just enough. First 3, maybe. No, 0 for 4, but offensive rebound, Chad Infield. So there's a role reversal. Infield's 3 is no good. Tipped alive by Justin Dean, but controlled by Miedema.
One thing, though, that Randolph is doing is they're forcing Oki to go to the outside. Most of his shots is coming from 15, 17 feet away from the basket. They really haven't went to him in the post much this half.
In the post is Jason Zulke, and bring up another block for Oki. 4 for Sammy. Here's Oki in the post. Good night.
Well, that's what we were talking about. If you can get the ball to him low, then he's virtually unstoppable when he gets the ball down there on the blocks.
21 for Oki. It's a 5-point Comet lead. Grieger pulls up. Miedema keeps it alive, takes it to the other hand and scores. Keith Miedema.
Keith Miedema has come up very big today.
Absolutely, just undaunted by Oki's presence. They need to reverse the ball, and infield was just standing out at half court. I don't know what he was thinking.
Every time that Cassville had a chance to possibly lengthen the lead, Randolph has answered. And it looked like when they had the 5-point lead and they had the ball, Randolph, Miedema came up big, and now they have the ball and they're only down 3. Once again, they're going to be very patient on the offense.
Trying to get Grieger on track. Way short. Rebound, Austin, or Zulke, and he got bumped by Oki. There was no call. Coach Bauer happily not liking that one.
It's one of those incidental contact, and I think you gotta go with it. That you don't want to call those types of things.
Kicked by the Rockets as they tried to double team there and turn it over. Under the WIAA State Tournament, brought to you statewide by Marshfield Clinic, Wisconsin's most comprehensive healthcare system. Steal by the Rockets. Nice pass to Grieger. Missed it again. Missed the layup. Oki may have partially blocked it.
I was going to say Oki had quite a bit to do with that, too. He had the big hand there.
Oh, nice steal. Tipped away by Miedema. Grieger really struggling.
This Randolph
6
team,
in the quarter.
This Randolph team won't be denied defensively. They're really scrapping.
Grieger at 22 points a game, only 5. Nice move, tipped up by Grieger. Awesome, who had the move, gets it back. Leaves it for Grieger, who takes it aggressively and picks up a foul on somebody. A lot of people down there. We'll see who the call's on. Remember, Oki's got 2. And it's on Scott Uppena. Nice look.
Beautiful no-look pass. Grieger takes it strong to the boards.
So Grieger will go to the free throw line, 75%. Maybe this will help him a little bit with his stroke because he's 0 for 6 from the field, 2 of 14 in the game, says Don Curran. Nicely done, Don. You know, we didn't even use a calculator on that one.
They're saying that he got fouled before he went up.
Huh.
So the ball's going to be out of bounds underneath the basket.
Well, Coach Heffley, a little surprised by that one?
I think so, and he may have a pretty good
case. But the Rockets still with a chance to chip into that 3-point lead and maybe tie it with a long ball. And a foul out top on infield. 2 fouls on infield. And you've seen Cassville play, so maybe you know, but I don't think Chad Infield is playing the game that he's capable of. And we're not, on the offensive end, we're not seeing him penetrate.
No, and that's something
and
that
he's good at that.
Yeah, he does extremely well, and but he usually comes up big in the 4th quarter, so that's something to look for.
And we're headed that way with 1:25 to go. Rebound to Oki. Grieger 0 for 7 in the quarter.
He lost his mic.
And, well, we're back. Okay, a little technical difficulty there. We lost the use of our microphone for a moment. And there's Jerry Pettigrew. Hi, fellas. Who's up there in the perch today? Hey, it's like Tommy Whitechapel and Mr. J. Sam, the free throw gives him 22 points. 6 for 7 from the free throw line. So knocking them down there. DeYoung and Zulke come in for Miedema. Or Zulke's out. That's Josh Austin, number 10, who replaces Jason Zulke.
Sam may have shot only 57% from the line during the season.
Really perfect today. And that lead at 5 again for the Comets, and that's been pretty much the edge. And there it is for Mike Grieger. His first basket of the third quarter, and just 3 in the game. Uppana takes it baseline, missed the shot, and knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Comets.
Last time they ran this out of bounds play, they just stepped Oki back, and he took the 3.
Oki's 3, and maybe it's time to get rid of that arsenal, at least for the day. He's cold from out there. John Copeman launches a 3, way short. And they try and keep it alive. It'll go to the Rockets with 30.7.
You're probably going to see Randolph spread the floor, take her down to about 8 seconds, penetrate the basketball, and do the 3Ds, drive, draw, and dish.
All right, let's see it. Vandergallion dribble it off his foot. Now he's wide open. Rejected by Oki.
Maybe he should have dished.
Well, Oki dished him, that's for sure. And that was awful close, though, to being at the top of its flight. No?
Yes.
Guess it was still going up, and bring up another one for the eraser. Infield tips it off of Alsum. So the Comets with 3.1 will have a crack. They lead by 3. End of the third here. Sousa's got a launch. We'll head to the final 8 minutes with the Comets leading by 3. We'll return after this word from our local stations. This is your WIAA network station.
Right now at Lakeland, get a great deal on this boat with a Mariner motor. For a short time, this Lakeland Deep V comes complete with 25 horsepower Mariner motor, 1,200-pound trailer, Lowrance locator, and motor guide trolling motor, now just $44.95 or $85 a month. Or choose this Deep V with console steering for $49.95 or $95 a month. Plus at Lakeland, buying factory direct means you never pay extra for freight or setup.
At Lakeland, Greenbush, Madison, Green Bay.
Orion's Pioneers are known throughout the Midwest as a team that can deliver. That same energy will be applied to this summer's basketball camps at UW-Platteville. These low-cost camps are medically supervised and specifically designed to provide one coach for every 10 campers. Boys and girls in grades 4 through 12 will find a camp that fits them. Hurry. Register before there's no openings. Write to Bo Ryan's Pioneer Basketball Camp, 1 University Plaza, Platteville, Wisconsin, 53818, or call 608-342-1277 and join Bo Ryan.
And there is our Hyatt cameraman, Jay and Tommy. Wave hello, gentlemen. A fine job. Up in the nosebleed seats, though. Well, you look at the three-point shooting and the field goal shooting, not real good for either team, and three-point shooting for the Comets, not something they do real well, and I'm kind of surprised that they've launched that many.
Yes, and I got to believe this fourth quarter, you're going to see the ball go in many, many times to Sam Oki in the paint if they can get it there. On the other hand, Randolph is going to run that patient offense, and hopefully Mike Grieger gets on track.
Well, Grieger now working on Oki. Fires the fadeaway, and maybe the toughest shot he's taken all day, and he hits nothing but net.
And it's a one-point ball game. We've got a little pressure put on by Randolph.
That was a low-scoring third quarter. Cassville only 8 points on 3 of 16 from the field. Randolph with just 6 points in the third on 2 of 14 from the field. Okie at the high post. The Twins, where Todd Ackerman's pass was stolen, so the Rockets have a chance to go back on top. Grieger loads up another one. Well, just when you need him most, he's there for you.
Randolph putting him along the baseline, and he's getting some excellent looks at the basket.
The Rockets by one. Infield. Okie will try and answer and fouled. I think DeYoung got him coming across.
Randolph foul number 42.
So Okie going to the bank again. 7 for 8 from the free throw line today.
That last time, Cassville reversed the basketball and looked inside from the elbow, and that's the best way to feed a big post man because you take away the weak side help.
And he makes it. It's going to be a busy summer for Sam Okie. Already the letters piling up from the colleges, some 8,000 or 9,000 letters from Division I schools. And starting July 1st, the phone can start ringing in the Okie house, and it may never stop. He says he's going to, by July 1st, he's going to have it somewhere between 5 and 8, maybe 10 schools that he's looking at. The Badgers have recruited him very heavily. Tom Davis of Iowa has seen him play. North Carolina has sent assistants to see him play. Kansas, Indiana, Marquette. Oh, Corey Sauser had a pretty move, but did not fall.
And he made an excellent play getting into the passing lane, but as you said, it didn't fall for him.
DeYoung in some tough areas, and Okie got a piece of that one.
This would be one of those times that I'd really want to see the ball get into Okie's hands.
Here it goes. Oh, this is a bunny now. So 3-point balls now for the Comets, who trailed briefly at 38-37.
It's a big point in the basketball game because I really feel that Randolph needs to answer this particular time.
Now they go outside for the answer, and it's not there. Question remains. 41-38 Cassville. Ooh, nice hands there by Todd Ackerman. That was a tough pass to handle. Here comes infield. Leaves it for Colton. Just won't go. Okie, though, gets it back. No shot, but fouled by DeYoung.
Chad Enfield made that one happen because he did something that we've been saying all afternoon.
Been waiting for it.
Is to penetrate. Beautiful pass to Copeman. It didn't fall for him, but there's Okie with the putback and the foul.
He just towers over these other players. He's added 25 pounds this year through a weight program. He now bench presses about 230, so it's well put together and so strong on the glass, but the hands fail Copeman that time, and the Rockets coming back all the way to the basket. Missed by Alston, but tipped home by Grieger.
We talked about answering, and that was a very, very big basket by Grieger, and he's coming up big the fourth quarter.
Turnover, nice save by Okie. Rockets thought they had a turnover, and a timeout. The Comets. Dennis Huffner wants to talk it over, and we'll return to the field house after a word from our statewide sponsors, Marshfield Clinic and the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board. This is your WIAA network station.
A passion for learning. Excellence in education. Pride in sharing the rewards of accomplishment. That's why we established the Marshfield Clinic Science Award, presented to the students and teachers of each championship school. Winning at life is how you play the game.
Why are all these people lined up? Milk. Steam, coffee. Cafe au lait for about $1.50 a pop, huh? Hey, couldn't they also microwave some milk and make their own at home for about a dime? Just a thought. Milk, good fast food. It does a body good. Uh-oh, late for work again. What about breakfast? Yogurt, very healthy, and some OJ. And a banana, very smart. Yeah, great tie. Oh, yeah, you're a pro at this. Hey, where are you going? What, are you in a hurry? Yogurt, good fast food for the bakers of milk. Ow.
Packed house here at the field house for #1 Cassville and #2 Randolph, and out of the timeout, coach. What should we look for?
Well, usually Coach Huppina likes to run a planned play. If they're going to use the lob, this might be the time, but no matter what, it's going to be a set play, probably looking for Oki. On the other side, Randolph may come with a different defense, but right now they're in the pressure man.
Get it into Oki at the top, leaves it for Copeman, driving, missing, but tipped up, no good by Todd Ackerman.
They got two great shots, they just didn't fall.
And you saw the second chance points earlier, and the Comets couldn't add to their total.
Now we got a chance for Randolph to take the lead with over 4 minutes to go in the game.
Grieger running along the baseline. He was struggling, 0 for 7 in the third quarter, but 3 for his last 3. And Miedema, who was hot early, taking it at Oki, trying to get him up. Gets him up and then misses the shot. Rebound to Grieger, 4 out of his last 4.
Nice coaching move by Coach Heffley. He spread the floor that time, and so the Cassville defense was spread out, and they were able to go to the offensive board.
And Oki going hard to the rack. He is fouled. Grieger now with 15 points, and the Rockets with a 1-point lead, and Oki.
The good move by Oki, crossover step and take it to the hoop, and he was fouled.
Josh Austin comes back in.
Shooting 2.
And Oki, 9 for 10. 9 for 11, his first miss in a long time at the stripe. So now he shoots for just the tie. 4:18 to go, fourth quarter.
Many times in the fourth quarter, especially when you work so hard, the shot will fall just a little bit short.
And it does. So 0 for 2 that time for Oki. Coming up halfway through the fourth, Division IV semifinal. The winner of this goes to tomorrow's championship game against the winner of our next game, Goodman and Plum City. Two teams making their first trip ever to the field house.
What you're going to see is Randolph running what they call a spread offense.
Sions on infield. Infield picks his pocket but can't get it. Oh, nice pass to Zulke. Blocked by Oki. Here comes infield on the run, and he doesn't have the number. Now let's see if they look for Sam. He's got him. He's got Austin on his hip pocket. Good night.
I think every time down the floor, you're going to see one block or the other block, and the ball's going to go to Oki. They're either going to win or lose it with Sam Oki in the blocks.
29, Sions a force. Maybe he thought he was fouled. As it is, Zulke, the circus shot.
Oh my, what a shot.
Open your eyes, Jason Zulke. Beautiful. Rockets by 1. Oki to a cutting Sauser, who takes it back out. And a block on Alsop, which prevented a turnover by Sauser. So Keith Miedema back in for Austin.
Normally on these out-of-bounds plays, although Randolph's been doing a good job, you'll see Enfield usually go into the corner. And
we're in the Comets. And Cassville has another foul to give before sending the Rockets to the free throw line with 2:56 to go. So Sauser good on the free throw, a 56% shooter on the year, and that ties the game at 44.
You like to have a senior at the line, and this kid has been here before, and he's been to that line in pressure situations. He's an outstanding player, and I know Coach Huppina told me that he likes to see Sauser at the line.
Well, he would have bounced in, and now Copeman got kind of caught up there and will be called for the foul. So one more foul will put the Rockets at the free throw line, where they are deadly.
Be interesting to see whether Randolph, now with the score tied, continues with the spread offense, or they go back regular swing flex. They're back to the flex.
Miedema to Zulke. Alsum, Rieger into Miedema, stolen by infield and couldn't control it. So turnover, back to back, and we'll stay on this end of the floor for the Rockets.
Nice hands by
2:32 to go. Randolph and Cassville tied at 44. Will come exciting conclusion after this word from our statewide sponsors, Rural Insurance and the Wisconsin Technical College System. This is your WIAA network.
Pride. Dedication. They're not just words to the young men and women who make it to playoffs. Whether it's football or boys or girls basketball, these young people show us what it means to be champions. We're proud to sponsor the WIAA Sportsmanship Awards. It's the one honor that embodies the ideal that it's not whether you win or lose the game.
Lasers, fiber optics, superconductivity, technology travels and today's job market is changing with it. So the way to prepare for the fastest growing career areas with greater security and advancement potential, catch the future at a Wisconsin technical college. The decision is simple. The answer is technical. Call the WIS today.
So this one has been tight throughout. Number 1 Cassville, number 2 Randolph. We've been tied 5 lead changes, and a packed house enjoying a great Division IV semifinal. And we were talking in the timeout, Coach. The Comets have pretty decent points a game, but 2 guys at 10 and 5 other players at 6, so they spread it around pretty good. But they really need to go to Sam here down the end, because every time when he hasn't touched the ball, they've struggled.
That's right. You're going to see.
Here comes Grieger.
There's Grieger.
Oh, his first miss in his last.
Strong rebound by John Koopman.
Absolutely. So now, coming up on 2 minutes, the Comets.
Beautiful play by Oki, but also give a great deal of credit to Chad Infield. That was a great pass.
Absolutely. Infield the pick, but the foul. He's been so close to that.
Yes, he has. He's got very quick hands. Watch the hand go in. Right there. May got a little wrist, and that's what the official called.
Rockets at the line for the remainder of the game. The Comets in the bonus as well. Third foul on infield. Science 78%. Free throws so key down the stretch for the Rockets during the postseason. 1-1. So the Comets by 2 into Oki. Spinning away, but missed a shot. Rebound, Koopman. Travel. So Bob Heffley's Rockets dodge a bullet there as they get back. Tense moments for both coaches here.
What you're going to see now, Randolph's going to run the regular offense. What they sing through the middle, and they're going to try to hit that guy slicing through the middle unless they've got a pretty good shot. Here he comes.
And 3, that was a line drive. And the rebound to infield, and he is fouled by Alsum. So infield will walk down at 1 with 1:13 to go, and his team up by 2. Cassville with 3 timeouts left. Now they tell me it's 2. It's very tough to read the scoreboard from this angle. So when in doubt, ask Don Kerr.
4 years. And he's been the quarterback for the Cassville Comets. And besides Sam Oki, I don't think you...
1 out of 2, 3-point game. 1:11 to go. We'll put you right in the action. Alsum. Miedema has it tipped away. Loose ball scramble. Zulke gets it to him. Three ball on the way off the iron. Oki, a long rebound. He controls inside of 38 seconds. And a timeout. They want a timeout. Down by 3.
There were so many times when Cassville had a chance to get the rebound, to get the loose ball, but yet at the same time, they're be close at the end of the game. Well, you can't get much closer. You've got 31.7 seconds to go. Coach Heffley's talking to his team. They've shot the 3 all year long, so they're not adverse to shooting the 3. So you're probably looking someone, the sophomore, stepping up and taking that three. If
You don't milk it, though, for our second three, though.
No.
You get your first shot and
quick, hopefully get the offensive board and take it back up. And obviously, if you miss and Cassville gets the rebound, then you got
Dennis Uppena during the timeout telling his team, grab a hold of that ball and hold it. Had a trail by 3. Ranked number 2, 24-1. Cassville ranked number 1, 25-0. 3 on the way, off the mark by also. Oki corrals it. Oh, and a turnover. Blocked by, missed it. Timeout, Rockets. Heady play by the Rockets.
At Science to call that timeout.
3.8 seconds, and they'll get a crack at it. The Comets had a run out, and Coatman missed.
You're going to see the shot blocked. Oki gets the ball, and now the kick down the floor. John Coatman's by top of the board.
Definitely could not get himself under control for the layup. Played it hard off the iron, and a chance here, and 3.8 seconds to go. Zulke got up in the air and just wasn't set.
And right now, with you say 3.8 seconds, and they've got to go the
length of the court.
Length of the court. So, but that's a lot of saying you got to cover the threes, but don't foul. You know, because now if you foul that three-point shooter, he gets 3 shots.
We were in this situation on a last-second shot, and then they eventually lost it to Elk Mound.
And I'm sure Coach Heffley has all his any one particular kid to take the shot, whatever makes itself available.
Alsum is the best at 42%. Grieger's fired up the most. Here we go. Overtime! Overtime! Lightning strikes Coverdale. Today, it's Randolph.
A set play all Lotus. Miedema has to step back behind the three-point line.
Let's take a look.
The pass to Miedema.
Oh, they left. He was all alone.
Now watch him step back behind the line and bank
off the window. In this case, you don't have to call it. And he beats the clock easily.
A lot of times when you're worried about the clock, you get the ball and you just shoot it.
But he stepped back.
He stepped back. Oh. Very important right now that Dennis Uppena gets the Cassville Comets focused, because Randolph has the momentum builder right now. Time is the one that takes control in the overtime. So watch. A key point is who scores the first.
Neither team has played one this year, and only 3 minutes to decide who's going to the championship game. If we're tied at the end of 3, Goodman and Plum City are going to have to wait a little bit. Oki emphatically controls the tip, and nearly that was too strong. He almost batted it right out of bounds. Entry pass to Oki, but nice hustle by Uppena to get it back. Comets get it right back. Now they're in trouble. Infield by Miedema, the man of the hour. Science in no man's land and turns it over, and maybe will slow things down.
And as you said, I think Sam Oki's got to touch the ball in the post right now. But
oh, a tough catch in traffic. So watch this one.
As you mentioned, they didn't get the pass up, and he was able to get fouled, and now he goes to the line for 2.
He's got 31 points. He missed his last 2 free throws. It's been a tough March Madness for us announcers, too.
I got it right now. Sam saying to himself, and Coach Uppena, just rim.
And that one rolled over the top of the rim.
Barely got there, but it went through.
So one. Miedema, there's the cutter. Fouled and scored. Steve Alsum.
Started on one side, cut that guy across the middle.
Alsum with 9 points in the game. And he'll go to the
beautiful pass by Matt Science again. Bounce pass. Pass that doesn't get used as often as it should.
Alsum finishes off the three-point play. And the Rockets by 2.
Very important for Cassville to answer, because
found Grieger and lays it in. Can't play defense much better than that if you're the Rockets. But Oki ties us at 50.
I think you just run your regular offense.
Here comes the cutter, but
that time they stepped up as you.
Now Sions in a double team, picks it up, and a foul on infield. That's 4 on Chad Infield. So Sions, a stretch when his team was trailing by 3, now goes with the game tied in overtime. Sions just a sophomore.
He made a big timeout. He called that timeout shot, and then he made the pass on the three-point shot. This is a sophomore who came up very big this afternoon.
And he shoots the Rockets into nothing but net. 6 points for Matt Sions. And a minute 30 coming up into Oki. Around he goes and lays it in. The same move, back-to-back trips down the floor. And now Sam's teammates with a chance to go back on top as we seesaw back and forth here in overtime.
They're going to be patient on offense. Look for the good shot.
Inside of a minute. Tied at 52. Sions on in, back by Oki. Now they got to get it across. They got to get the ball across, and Oki takes up just in time. So now the Comets will probably work for one, Coach?
I would think so.
Corey Sauser in infield, and infield didn't know if his coach wanted to carry the ball. We're inside of 20. You see the time. Oki, too early to make his move. Now he's got to reload down in the box, and here comes... Stolen and tipped away by Alsum.
Now they want a timeout.
Oki had a good idea, but and nearly took it away. 7.1 Comets timeout. The defense, I thought, by the Rockets.
Yep. Beautiful job of defense. Sam looked for the weak side. He knew he had 3 guys on him. Somebody had to be open, but job of weak side help by the Rockets.
Coach Heffley had his defense in the right spot because that was the only place they could throw the Oki, and also knew it was coming. He was right there.
We've seen a beautiful job of coaching by both young men this afternoon. Right now with 7 to go, you've got Cassville obviously working on an out-of-bounds play, and you might be looking for something that hasn't been there. They haven't tried it all day long.
What about a lob off right off the inbound?
That's a possibility, or going for him the last couple of times down, pass to the wing, then into Sam right away. And I don't know whether Oki can get all the way to the boards, turn and take a little jump hook or a turnaround jump shot, because obviously Randolph is going to be watching that extremely close. What you don't want, so that could be intercepted.
Right.
Randolph on the other side, they've got a pretty good idea who's going to get this basketball.
And I don't think they need a lot of time. If they inbound it out to the wing somewhere, you can't bounce around on the dribble. You got to get right in there and get that pass inside, because you don't want the defense to catch up to you. So infield is going to trigger. Copeman up in a Sauser, and now a timeout after they take a look at the defense. So that's a smart move right there.
Very
now
good.
They'll design their play.
Very good move by Coach Uppin. He wanted to see what defense that Randolph was showing. And now they go for real.
Oki with 36 points in the game.
This is one of those games, Chris, when you look back, it's been a classic. And it's going to be one that you really feel sorry for the team that loses it, because there's no loser out here today.
But only one winner goes on to tomorrow's championship game. The WIAA State Tournament brought to you statewide by the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board and by the Dairy Farm Families of Wisconsin, proud of their commitment to provide wholesome, naturally delicious milk and dairy products. Cassville, ranked #1. Their closest game this season was a 5-point win over Madison Edgewood. That was in a Christmas tournament played here in the Fieldhouse, and they have not been to overtime. Randolph's been in some tight ball games, but this too their first overtime game. We are tied at 52 with 7.1. Zulke, Science, Steve Alsum, Matt Grieger, and Keith Miedema, who sent this game into overtime, on the floor for the Rockets. Starters for the Comets. Oki's going to try a drive, pull up, window, score! Timeout, Rockets.
Just as we talked about, I didn't know whether Sam Oki could take it to the basket, but he was probably going to have to shoot that jump shot. He came off a double screen on a design play by Coach Uppena, and he banked it in, and that's what big players do.
The player of the year in the state just made the play of the year for his team, giving them a 54-52 lead, 2.9, and just as you talked, Coach, pulled up and squared up and right off the window, and immediately the Rockets call timeout. Well, who do you ride in overtime? You ride the big train. Oki with 7 points, all 7 points for Cassville in the overtime.
Well, Randolph did it once before, and Coach Heffley is saying in that timeout, we can do it again. Only this time, if they would score a 3, obviously it would be for the
Then
win.
our job is done. Then we step aside, and the next game comes right on in, and that takes care of that, and they go on to the championship round.
Once again, they have to go the full length of the court.
But they had 3.7 last time, 2.9 this time. And is there another trick in the Rockets' bag? We'll see. It was Keith Miedema who fired in a three-pointer off the window at the buzzer in regulation to send us to overtime. Now Bob Heffley's troop just needs a 2 to send it to double overtime. 2.9 to go. Inbounding is Jason Zulke. He can run the baseline. Now they try and get Grieger breaking. They got to get it off and never make it. Partially blocked by Salzer. The Comets are going to their 3rd consecutive championship game, this time hoping to strike gold. And a tremendous game by the Rockets of Randolph. Our final in overtime, 54-52, 38 points for that man, Sam Oki. We'll be back with more in a moment. First, a word from our local station. This is your WIAA network station.
This Thursday through Sunday at Easttown and Westtown, take 20% off regularly priced items at participating stores. You choose what's on sale, from shoes, jewelry, apparel, to things for the home. Look for your 20% card in the mall and present it at participating stores. It's your choice, and it's 20% off. It pays to be choosy. Thursday through Sunday at Easttown and Westtown.
To get ahead, you need a plan. To stay ahead, you need a plan. To win, you need a plan. Now you can win at Middleton Ford with a plan lease on the #1 selling car, the Middleton Ford Taurus, the Show, LX, or GL, with over 30 to choose from, starting at $172 a month. That's right, a new Ford Taurus for only $172 a month. Call for an appointment at 1-800-798-7725, or come into Middleton Ford, your Westside Madison Metro Ford dealer.
If you've overdone it, played too hard, or stripped a gear, here's a reminder from the UW Hospital Sports Medicine Center. Apply ice to the injury, use compression to control swelling, elevate it, and support it. For more information on any sports medicine question, call 263-4765. UW Hospital Sports Medicine Center, Wisconsin's Center for Sports Medicine.
We are out of the gates in great fashion here on day 2 at the tournament. Cassville in overtime. #1 beats #2 Randolph 54-52. Now let's go over to Mark Grappentine and the winning head coach, Dennis Uppena. Gentlemen.
Thank you, Chris, here with the winning coach. You haven't been to overtime in a couple years. What was the thought heading into the extra session?
Well, I was wondering if Lightning would strike in the same place twice after that 3 at the end of the regulation. It was real hard to come back from that. But when we got in the huddle, we talked to the guys. We said, guys, we didn't come this far to lose it in overtime. We're going to go back out there with the same composure we've been playing with all year and do it.
Obviously, the plan at the end is go to Sam Oakey, your big guy. That had to be the big emphasis.
Oh, Sam really stepped it up today. He did everything well today. Shot his free throws well. He had a little trouble a couple of games back, but we got that straightened out. He played with so much composure today. Didn't make mistakes, didn't get in foul trouble, and really lifted the team.
An emotional win for you heading into the finals. You guys haven't won it before. What do you do now to prepare for that game?
Well, we're going to watch the next game and see if we can pick anything up there. We're going to relax a little bit, and then we're going to be here tomorrow for that championship game.
Is Sam doing okay with all the attention that he's been getting?
I think the way Sam played today, he's doing great with it.
Okay. Coach, congratulations. We'll see you in Saturday's final.
Thank you very much.
Back across the court to Chris and Jerry.
All right, thanks very much, Mark. And Dennis Uppana breathing a very big sigh of relief as he was taken all the way to the limit by the #2 team in the state, Randolph. And I thought they played a super game. And what can you do about Sam Oakey? I mean, he just had a monster game and hit the big shot when he's supposed to.
Yeah, this was one of those games. It was a classic game, as you said, Chris. And, boy, you feel really bad for Randolph. Bob Heffley just did a great job with the Randolph Rockets. And it's sad to see somebody lose, but Oakey stepped up big at the end, and they made sure that he got the ball. And, boy, you couldn't ask for a better basketball game than we had this morning.
And here was the last play in regulation. Keith Miedema steps back and fires from downtown. Had to use the glass, but that's all right. We went to overtime, and we thought momentum was really in the Rockets' favor there coming into the overtime. But Cassville came out pretty smart, even though the Rockets took the lead by 2 on a tremendous cut by Steve Alsum. He also knocked down the free throw. But Sam Oakey had all 7 points for Cassville in the overtime. He had 2 pretty moves right there to the baseline, and they just couldn't stop him.
No, the last quarter, they did what we said that they would do, and that's get the ball to Sam Oakey, because he was the horse that got you here, and let's make sure that he takes you all the way.
And he did, and this was the winner with 2.9 coming off the timeout. Oakey, 2 of his 38 points. Outstanding. There are the statistics, and there they went in a hurry, but here they come back in a hurry. Field goal percentage, 40-36 for the Comets. Rebounding, slight edge to Cassville. Turnovers about even. The 3-point shot, the Rockets shoot it. It wasn't really their friend today, although they had the one to send it into overtime.
I think a big statistic there, second chance points are probably what kept the game so close. Is Randolph got 16 second chance points. Randolph played a great basketball game. Cassville played a great basketball game. You couldn't ask for anything better, and people standing all over this place. This was a sold-out crowd to see just 2 great teams play.
Oakey, the leading scorer, 38 points, 13 rebounds. You can also tack on 7 blocks to those statistics. Grieger leading the way, struggled from the field, found a stroke in the 3rd quarter. He finished with 15 points, but was big on the glass with 13. He's a senior. Miedema, who also a senior, had that great moment to send it into overtime. The Rockets were very confident coming in. They wanted to play #1, and they played them right to the wire, only to come up short. It was a great ball game.
I thought Dennis Upton made a good comment when he said in the timeout. He said, guys, we didn't come this far to lose it in overtime. And they had what it took at the very end.
All right, Jerry Pettigrew, it's been a pleasure. As always, the Comets will face either Goodman or Plum City. That game coming up. Stay tuned. Mark Graffentine coming along with our between-game features. Don't go away, folks. It's going to be a great day. We'll be back after a word.
Look, President Adams and Abigail Adams, the first inhabitants here, hanging up the laundry in those days. I bet you not as much fun around here then as you did then. Right. Such a precious room now that everybody's very, very self-conscious about what happens in here.
Yes.
We had invited a young boy here today named Kevin Larm, who very much wanted to ask you a question, sir. Unfortunately, last night here in Washington, he got sick, and he's in the hospital. But his brother has come, and before you meet his brother, Patrick, perhaps you'd like to see the problem which he has around the country. This is a problem that's come up in the news on several occasions about the kind of environmental problem that you may or may not be able to do something about. Here's Kevin Larm.
I don't feel safe at all. There's just too many kids getting cancer around here. There's 11 kids in this 1-mile radius from the substation that has cancer, 11 of them. Power company says that there's nothing to those electrical magnetic fields, EMFs. I just think it's a big cover-up. I have leukemia, so we think that EMFs have got something to do with cancer. The green box in my yard is high on EMFs. In the summer, there's more electricity pumping through. I used to sit up here and talk to my friend that stood right here, which was stupid because it was in the middle of the summer, but we never knew anything about it. My mom tried to get a warning sticker put on it saying, do not climb on this, emitting high EMFs. They just never did that. The hardest part is going up to the hospital and getting treatments. I don't want to sit in the waiting room because I met 2 kids there that have already died. Father, for this month, amen.
Yes, let's really remember Joshua's family. Today is his funeral.
Joshua died just a couple days ago, which really made me hurt inside. I just don't want any more kids to go through this.
Well, Kevin comes from Omaha, and as I said, he's in the hospital here this morning, sir, but his brother Patrick is here. Patrick, you want to talk to the president?
I want to ask you his question. I have heard that recent studies have linked EMFs to childhood cancers. Other countries, such as Sweden, are passing laws to set standards as our president. Can you help lower EMFs so hopefully some childhood cancers can be prevented?
That's something that we can do something about. We had a study in 1990 which was inconclusive about it, but you're right, Sweden has concluded that EMFs do lead to higher rates of cancer. So I have asked the person who runs the Environmental Protection Agency for our government to do a review of this and to make a report to me in the near future to try to make a decision about what we should do. I think we've got to see, you know, what the best available evidence is, but I frankly was somewhat impressed by the arguments made by the Swedes. We just have to look into it and see whether we think there's honestly evidence there, and if there is, then we have to take action, and we're looking into it. And you tell your brother to hang in there.
You can probably tell him yourself, sir. I have a suspicion he's in the Washington.
Kevin, I hope you're watching us, and we're praying for you and pulling for you.
Mr. President, you know, it occurs to me, at least, listening to all these kids ask their questions today, that they're in touch with problems that you may be out of touch with sometimes. Here you are in the White House, you're surrounded by an enormous entourage that time. Do you ever feel out of touch?
Yes, but that's one reason I really work hard to get out into the country and to walk the streets. Like I went to New Hampshire last week, had a town meeting in Nashua, and then I walked the streets in Keene, New Hampshire, and just shook hands with people and talked to them and listened to them. And when people come to see me in the White House, I always ask them what the cab drivers are talking about. You know, because it's so easy for the president to get out of touch with what real people are thinking. I mean, it's a wonderful life, but you can see it's not a normal life. So you get really isolated, and you have to work to avoid it.
One other thing I cannot help but have noticed, there has been a question this morning about whitewater. We'll be right back.
Thanks for watching this program. Kids are pretty smart. There was a lot to think about. Talk it over. Maybe your children have some good ideas for the country Mr. Clinton should know about. And kids, if you write a letter to the president, you'll get one back. Here's his address. President Bill Clinton, The White House, Washington, D.C., 20500. I'm Mary Alice Williams on behalf of all the employees of 9X and their families. Thanks for watching.
We've only got about a minute left.
Talk to you more about the prayer question.
Okay. I must say that this year's group is incredibly eager and determined to answer your question. We've only got a minute or so left. You want to try to say something to them all?
Yeah, if you want to take one more question.
I don't think we have time, to be perfectly honest.
And then I'll try to answer everyone who didn't get to ask a question. When you go through the line or when we go visit, then I'll try to answer your question.
One thing I can tell you about the president, he's hard. Once you get him, when the broadcast's over, grab him. He'll be here all afternoon. He'd drive his staff crazy. Go ahead, sir. Final comments?
Well, first I want to thank all of you for coming. I want to thank you for your questions, and I want to thank you for caring enough about all the things you raised. And I just want to encourage you in your lives. You know, we've got a big job to do in this country, and I have a big job to do to try to create more jobs and more opportunity. But we also have to have more people like you who really care about their friends and neighbors and family members. We have to rebuild our country from the ground up. Safe streets, strong families, better schools, and a better chance. And I owe that to you to do my best, but I need you to do your best too. Heather, what were you going to say?
Yeah, I was going to say, I just suddenly remembered. Somebody told me Heather has a handleable question.
Well, I have a fun question for you. And I know you used to run in Arkansas, so I think you will like it. My favorite restaurant is McDonald's, too. What do you get when you go there?
What do I get when I go there? Normally an Egg McMuffin or something for breakfast. Those are the big meals I ate at McDonald's. My daughter and I used to go there sometimes on Sunday morning before Sunday school, and then Hillary and I would go and pick her up and we'd go to church. But we love to have McDonald's Egg McMuffins on Sunday morning.
I must say that's the first smile I've seen on Heather's face all morning. So
I'm glad you smiled, Heather. You made me smile, too. You have a wonderful smile.
Thank you, Mr. President, for having us in. And thank you all for coming. You can all come and say hello to him in person now. Okay?
Thanks.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
I'm aware that Congress...
Thank you, Nicole.
This has been an ABC News special. President Clinton answering children's questions. Transcript, send $10 to Journal Graphics, 1535 Grant Street, Denver, Colorado, 80203. To order a video cassette version of ABC News President Clinton answering children's questions, use your Visa or MasterCard and call 1-800-ABC-7500. The cost is $19.95 plus $3.95 for shipping and handling. This has been a special presentation of ABC News. This has been a special presentation of ABC News. More Americans get their news from ABC News than from any other source.
Drunk driving doesn't just kill drunk drivers. Next time your friend insists on driving drunk, do whatever it takes to stop him.
Growing up today isn't easy, and kids need all the help they can get from adults.
Want to play?
Aw, come on. I volunteer as a coach because I know it helps. The kids feel good about themselves, and they're learning a lot more than just basketball.
Hey, everybody over here!
Every kid counts. So find a child you can help and reach out.
Next practice is Tuesday. Can you make it? Yeah.
There are many ways to put children first. Help them learn and keep on learning.
1993 was one of the biggest years in box office history. Now, the movies are put to the ultimate test. Oscar night, live Monday.
Good. Right on in here. Okay, I got the pizzas for the commercial. What pizzas? You know, let Big Sir Waterbeds put some pizzas in your bedroom. That's pizzazz, you idiot. Let Big Sir put some pizzazz in your bedroom. Yeah, okay, everybody. That's lunch.
Let Big Sur put some pizzazz into any room with this futon sofa sleeper frame for $119.99. Or at Kids Beds, our daybed frames start at just $29.99. We've got over 100 beds under one roof at Big Sur Waterbeds and Kids Beds.
Runner walked for the American Cancer Society.
He's the most dominant player in Wisconsin high school basketball. He's Sam Oakey. His Cassville team has never won a state championship. Today, another chance against a determined group from Goodman.
The Falcons hope to steal the Division IV title. And in Division III, Elk Mound goes for an undefeated season and a state championship. But the spirited group from Marquezan are standing in the way. Championship Saturday begins next.